to you, Grenada, and the rest of the world. Today happens to be the 20th day of the month. You know what that means. Make sure you pay your VAT, your value-added tax, your contribution, at least one of them, to the development of beautiful little country of ours. Isle of Spice, some people refer to as pure Grenada. I ain't sure how pure we are, but I'll tell you, every little bit that you can do certainly helps. Good morning, friends, and thank you very much for joining us for today's edition of Gudday Grenada. I'm George Grant. Nice to have you on board with us. And let's hope we have a good morning here today. Should be around for the next hour or so. And we hope that you can make it. If you can't, well, remember that you can always go back to the GRENADABROADCAST.com website a little later on, and you should be able to listen to it there and watch it as well. Okay? This morning, we've got a number of things going. Hey. First of all, several pieces of legislation were repealed in Parliament this week. Heard about that? And that's in order that we can remain compliant, if you will, with certain international requirements. You're going to find out what that's all about in just a wee bit. Then we have the national report. And, of course, it's a Friday morning. So, Mr. Baczynski will be here. Yes, sirree. We're expecting Allan to write again this morning. And then we're going to wrap it up today with a little more humor from our good friend out there in the Big Apple. Gentleman by the name of Mr. Anthony Wendell DeRiggs. Yeah, he's going to keep you in the Christmas season. And I want you to listen to this one because in that piece that he does this morning, it is it is so funny. It's so funny. Guaranteed to bring a chuckle to your face. So there you have it. That's your rundown on this Thursday morning. Not too bad a morning out here. Just up to a few minutes ago, we were having a slight drizzle. Nothing to worry about. But it was drizzling just a few minutes ago. Okay? So, let's get down to brass tacks. Government repeals and amends various financial legislations to maintain international good standing. That's the caption of a release that came out yesterday. Hear this. Parliamentarians in Grenada yesterday repealed and amended various pieces of legislation as part of the efforts to ensure that the country maintains compliance with international standards enforced by the European Union and the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. Now, that's a mouthful, but most people refer to them as the OECD. Grenada, like other islands on the Eastern Caribbean Currency Union and the world, have been seeking to conform to the new standards to avoid being blacklisted. Global standards instituted by the OECD seek to promote integrity in the global tax system by reducing tax evasion, tax avoidance, money laundering, and terrorist financing. An assessment of Grenada by the EU Code of Conduct Group for Business Taxation found that 6 of the country's tax regimes are considered harmful in that they offer incentives such as income tax exemptions to companies that are not domiciled in Grenada. In other words, they are seen as offering preferential tax treatment to non-residents, which is considered a discriminatory practice. Although the laws in question are not popularly practiced, to address the findings and ensure compliance with international practices, government has therefore moved to repeal the International Companies Act, the International Insurance Act, and the Offshore Banking Act. You heard me. Respectively, these three acts provide for the incorporation of international companies distinguishable from companies incorporated under the Companies Act, the licensing of international insurance companies, which are distinguishable from those licensed under the Insurance Act, and banks licensed outside of the Banking Act. All companies affected by these repeals are permitted to continue with their operations until December 31st, 2021. That's what it says here. Additionally, at Wednesday's sitting of Parliament, the International Trust Bill was also amended to prohibit the creation of any new trusts after December 31st this year, while preserving pre-existing ones. While parliamentarians supported the repeal and amendment of the various pieces of legislation out of necessity to maintain international compliance, they highlighted the unfairness of the assessments and affirmed that the tax practices are only deemed harmful because they facilitate the north to south flow of capital, which goes contrary to what has traditionally taken place. Now, text of a statement issued yesterday by the government of Grenada. So, let me now say good morning to our friends out there on Facebook. TF Richards is saying, hey TF, yeah man, the family's doing well here. Margaret saying hi everyone. And Veronica is saying good morning pure Grenada. How everybody doing? Well girl, let me tell you, everything's hunky-dory. And you know, a little while ago I told you about the drizzle we were having. Well, take a look behind me. See how bright it is back there? Yeah, sun's coming out. Looks like it's going to be not too bad a day after all. And here we go, Margaret. Yes, Margaret. Margaret says, VAT. People does pay that? Yeah, Marks. Yeah. And today I'm going to be making sure that I pay mine as well. Yes, we do, Marks. Okay. So there you have it. That's going to get us started on today's edition of Gudday Grenada. So far, so good. And we're very, very happy to see you folks out there. In addition to those of you out there on Facebook, there are other people out there. Let me see where they are this morning. On the other platforms, such as Radio Genre, Radio Garden, TuneIn, a whole bunch of them out there this morning. And they're in Chesterville. That's someplace in Canada. I'm not sure where that is. I don't think I've heard of Chesterville before, but that's in Canada. They're in Brooklyn, New York. Pigots in Antigua. Pigots in Antigua. Ruislip out there in England as well this morning. Chateauguay, yeah, that's in Quebec. I'm pretty darn sure about that one. Thornhill, Ontario in Canada. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Hey, nice to have you folks on board. And of course, there are a lot of people here in Grenada as well who are joining us, and we're very happy about that. Getting back to Facebook here, I see that we've now been joined by Glenn Andrew Mark, and he's saying good morning to you guys and being very patriotic. Has the Grenadian flag up there, along I'm not sure what the exclamation mark means, Glenn, but Glenn Andrew Mark has the flag with an exclamation mark. Folks, first break, and we'll come on back with the National Report.
Hubbard's, bringing you Frigidaire Christmas cheer. With the purchase of any Frigidaire fridge, freezer, stove, washer, or air conditioning unit, you get a free 3-piece Frigidaire non-stick pot set. Come into our appliance department on the Carronage and Building Supplies Grandance to get your trusted Frigidaire products and enhance your cooking this Christmas. Offer available while stocks last. Hubbard's, quality service, affordable prices.
Boy, it's Christmas again. Spread some cheer and show you care with GRENADABROADCAST Give-A-Wish promotion. Do you know someone who has had a challenging year and deserves some good fortune, or a worthy cause that needs extra support? Grant them a wish this holiday season with GRENADABROADCAST. Just pay your bill in full, then write their name, address, and phone number on the top portion of your bill. Add your phone number and drop it into the wish box at any of our GRENADABROADCAST customer centers, or you can enter online via our Facebook page. 15 customers will receive a $500 electricity voucher for giving a wish to someone who deserves it, and 15 winners will each have their wish granted, valued at up to $1,500. What's more, 230 lucky customers will win $75 electricity vouchers. Spread the cheer this year with GRENADABROADCAST Give-A-Wish promotion. Visit our website or Facebook page for more information. Terms and conditions apply. Promotion ends December 21st.
Why wish upon a star? For a bank is better by far. Whatever you're wishing for this Christmas will give you low interest and no fuss.
Co-op Bank is making Christmas wishes come true. Fix up your home, treat your loved ones, and get everything on your Christmas list this year with our no-fuss loans. As we count down the 12 days to Christmas, you can win awesome prizes every day. Special terms and conditions apply.
Christmas wishes come true with Co-op Bank and you.
Juve chocolates, cocoa nibs, and cocoa balls from Diamond Estate Grenada are now available at Amazon.com, Amazon.ca, Amazon.co.uk, and GrenadaMarket.com. Try their sensational touch of nutmeg and a touch of ginger chocolates, 75% dark and rich, 100% pure cocoa, and their 60% dark and sweet chocolate bars today. Amazon Prime members enjoy free shipping on these orders in the USA, Canada, and Europe. GrenadaMarket.com. When you can't come to the island, the products of the island will come to you.
You know, there's a note here on Facebook from Margaret. She says, George, you may be one of the few good souls who actually pay VAT. You know, Margaret, maybe. But I have never, ever missed a VAT payment in all the years. Ever since it came into being, I've been paying my VAT. But yeah, I do know that there are a lot of people who don't, and they get away with it. But I'll tell you, just let my VAT payment be a day late, and all hell breaks loose. That's the way things go, isn't it? Kind of sad. Okay, so I'll tell you what, we're going to go right into the National Report now, and then we're going to come back with Mr. Baczynski.
Government repeals and amends various financial legislation to maintain international good standing. Details to this story and more coming up in the National Report. Welcome back with the details to the news for today, Wednesday, December 19th. I am Wendy Edmond. Parliamentarians in Grenada have repealed and amended various pieces of legislation as part of efforts to ensure that the country maintains compliance with standards enforced by the European Union and the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. Grenada, like other islands in the Eastern Caribbean Currency Union and the world, have been seeking to conform to the new standards to avoid being blacklisted. Global standards instituted by the OECD seek to promote integrity in the global tax system by reducing tax evasion, tax avoidance, money laundering, and terrorist financing. An assessment of Grenada by the EU Code of Conduct Group for Business Taxation found that 6 of the country's tax regimes are considered harmful in that they offer incentives such as income tax exemptions to companies that are not domiciled in Grenada. In other words, they are seen as offering preferential tax treatment to non-residents, which is considered a discriminatory practice. Although the laws in question are not popularly practiced to address the findings and ensure compliance with international practices, government therefore moved to repeal the International Companies Act, the International Insurance Act, and the Offshore Banking Act.
Mr. Speaker, various countries, including our OECS neighbors, were found to be deficient with respect to the criteria that was set out. And as a result, Mr. Speaker, many countries made high-level commitment to either amend or to abolish requisite regimes by December 31st, 2018. Mr. Speaker, under the International Companies Act, entities receive preferential arrangements and incentives, which of course renders them much more favorable than that of local entities. And as such, Mr. Speaker, the playing field is not one that is even with respect to resident companies and non-resident companies.
Additionally, at Wednesday's sitting of Parliament, the International Trust Bill was also amended to prohibit the creation of any new trust after December 31st this year, while preserving pre-existing ones. While parliamentarians supported the repeal and amendment of the various pieces of legislation out of necessity to maintain international compliance, they highlighted the unfairness of the assessments and affirmed that the taxes practiced are only deemed harmful because they facilitate the north to south flow of capital, which goes contrary to what has traditionally taken place.
As soon as you start to be competitive, then they start to exert pressure on you. They tell you we must diversify. We have taken a decision, this is the route to go. Attract foreign companies to do business. And then we are told that we have to change the law and abolish this international business that we want to set up to aid in the development of our economy. And then they will start to attack the CBI program and say it's harmful too, and so we must get rid of it. Where are we using the CBI revenue to transform the economy? We have a National Transformation Fund, and we have due diligence and everything is in place, but they will find some way of telling you that you have to change and you have to get rid of it, as though small island developing states cannot manage its own affairs.
Chairman of the Government's Pension Engagement Committee, Honorable Oliver Joseph, is hopeful that there can be an amicable settlement to ongoing pension negotiations with public sector trade unions and staff associations. Speaking at Wednesday's seating of Parliament, Minister Joseph expressed the hope that the spirit of the Christmas season will extend to the negotiating table and the two sides can reach agreement on pension reform. Minister Joseph said government has honored its commitment to restore pension, paying more than $7 million to 56 workers earlier this year. He added that there must now be a genuine commitment to pension reform by both parties.
Let us work on a solution bearing these parameters in mind. And I think once we have that common understanding, we could arrive. Because if you go to come to the table and say, well, we want any formula that you put forward, it must have 25% in it, and you're not prepared to move, then we will not reach a solution. But I am hopeful, especially in this season of Christmas, that goodwill will prevail, and that we can have an amicable solution when we resume after the Advent season.
Minister Joseph also reiterated that any pension agreement will commit the state and not just the government of the day to honoring the agreement. Therefore, it must be affordable and sustainable and must not break the provisions of the Fiscal Responsibility Act. The minister also noted that the trade unions and staff associations have not capitalized on the offer to sit with the Ministry of Finance staff to examine the figures that would help inform the negotiation process.
The government side of it invited the unions and staff association to meet with the Ministry of Finance staff, to look at the books, to look at the figures. They can bring any expert they want with them. Surprisingly, they have not taken up the offer. It's the first time in a negotiation with the employer asking the union to come and examine the books with them. Because you think there is a privilege that you want to go and sit with the Ministry of Finance staff, go through all the numbers. You can bring any expert you want to advise you. And instead they are asking the same Ministry of Finance to provide them with more and more data.
Noting that it's the first time in negotiations where the employer has offered free examination of the books, he believes it's a privilege that should have been taken advantage of. However, the unions have requested that government model various scenarios and provide these to them in addition to the raw economic data already provided. This is the National Report. More news after the break.
Christmas from the Government Information Service, Channel 22.
Welcome back. Education Minister Honorable Emmeline Pear, Minister for Trade Honorable Oliver Joseph, and other government officials met with representatives of various churches on Tuesday. The aim to strengthen the working relationship between the religious community and the Ministry of Religious Affairs. Details from Annette Moore.
We do recognize that there is an important role that you play, and we do have to work hand in hand with you as a Ministry of Education, Human Resource and Religious Affairs to help us as a ministry to realize and fulfill our mission and our responsibilities.
The Education Minister briefed the religious leaders of her progress with stakeholder consultations and her hopes for what will transpire in 2019.
Of those dialogues that took place was to actually sit at the ministry and put together a short-term plan, a 2-year plan that would inform the way forward as it relates to education. I am very strong of the conviction of the view that if we're going to make a difference in education in Grenada, we cannot do so without spiritual intervention.
The minister called on the religious community to play a greater role in education.
So the question is, where you have a school that is a quote-unquote Catholic or Anglican or Methodist, what have you, school, are we happy with what is happening in terms of the relationship between church and school and the operation and the functioning? We have to review that. Is there a greater role outside of management?
Acknowledging the critical role the school councillors play, the minister also reached out to the religious community for their unique guidance by way of counselling.
That sometimes there's counselling that is necessary at another level, a different dimension. And the question is, do we have counsellors within the church communities that can make more of a spiritual intervention in the counseling that is taking place within our schools?
The minister also provided updates on previously discussed issues with the religious leaders and solutions implemented, such as criteria for setting up a church, national development, and other matters.
As a government, we should provide the information, right, that the church can make an informed decision on important national issues.
Members of the audience were also permitted to pose questions, and they received relevant feedback. For the National Report, I'm Annette Moore.
Recapping the headline, government repeals and amends various financial legislation to maintain international good standing. That was a look at the National Report for today, Wednesday, December 19th, 2018. On behalf of all of us in the newsroom, I am Wendy Edmond, thanking you for joining us.
Well, there you have it. There you have it. Today's edition of the National Report. Now, folks, I mean, wait until you see this guy. You're going to be looking at hot stuff this morning, and I mean hot stuff. This guy is dressed hot. Before I get to him, though, let me say this. First of all, T.F. Richards said on Facebook a little while ago, he was watching the GIS report and saw Oliver Joseph, and he said, Oliver Joseph sounds so comical, it ain't funny. Why would you say that, TF? Don't know. We've also been joined by Beverly Mitchell. And Ryan Jabon says, MP Oliver Joseph, for goodwill to reign, it is dependent on goodwill and a cooperative feeling between the two sides in an impasse. Mr. Joseph, there is a message from Ryan, who's listening to you out there in Orlando, Florida. Folks, as I mentioned, the gentleman is all saddled up and ready to go, and we're going to get to him right after this.
With free island-wide delivery, Hubbard's Building Supplies and Lumber Departments continue to provide the best quality lumber, steel, tiles, plumbing materials, electrical and general hardware supplies at competitive prices. We continually consult with builders, homeowners and contractors to improve product range and services. Enjoy discounts where applicable, including the use of credit and debit cards. At Hubbard's Building Supplies, Grandance and Lumber Department, Caranage, we offer quality service, affordable prices, giving you the convenient, reliable, free island-wide delivery. Call 440-2087 for all your home improvement and building solutions.
Spread some cheer and show you care with GRENADABROADCAST Give-A-Wish promotion. Do you know someone who has had a challenging year and deserves some good fortune, or a worthy cause that needs extra support? Grant them a wish this holiday season with GRENADABROADCAST. Just pay your bill in full, then write their name, address, and phone number on the top portion of your bill. Add your phone number and drop it into the wish box at any of our GRENADABROADCAST customer centers, or you can enter online via our Facebook page. 15 customers will receive a $500 electricity voucher for giving a wish to someone who deserves it. And 15 winners will each have their wish granted, valued at up to $1,500. What's more, 230 lucky customers will win $75 electricity vouchers. Spread the cheer this year with GRENADABROADCAST Give-A-Wish promotion. Visit our website or Facebook page for more information. Terms and conditions apply. Promotion ends December 21st.
Why wish upon a star? For a bank is better by far. Whatever you're wishing for this Christmas, will give you low interest and no fuss.
Co-op Bank is making Christmas wishes come true. Fix up your home, treat your loved ones, and get everything on your Christmas list this year with our no-fuss loans. As we count down the 12 days to Christmas, you can win awesome prizes every day. Special terms and conditions apply.
Christmas wishes come true with Co-op Bank and you.
Welcome home. Grenadian General Insurance Company, strength and stability. Grenadian General Insurance Company. Tell your friends, tell your family. We cover householders comprehensive, motor and even fire too. Contractors all risk burglary, public liability, professional indemnity, directors liability, and wait, we still have more. Come and find out more what you're waiting for.
We are located on Scott Street, St. George's. For more information, call 440-2434.
Alrighty, folks. Where are we? Here we are. Here we are. Well, for whatever reason, I'm not seeing him. I'm hearing him. Good morning, Mr. Bashinsky. How are you, sir?
Good morning. Very well. Sir?
I am doing pretty good, and I was just telling viewers out here that you're all dressed up like hot stuff this morning. What gives? I said I was just telling my viewers that you're all dressed up like hot stuff this morning. I see you're all in red.
This is the color of the season, so I want to wish you and your listeners and viewers very best wishes for Christmas and for 2019.
Okay.
God knows what's going to happen in 2019 because the Europeans are complaining about the latest hike in interest rates in the United States. And they're saying that the U.S. economy, while it may be experiencing growth, we need to consider what the effect is on the rest of the world economy. Because when they raise their interest rates, that is the Federal Reserve, it tends to move money into the United States. But of course, they need money to come into the United States because since the Republicans enacted earlier this year a massive tax cut, which benefited the very few. They need to get some money to fund their deficit. So, we don't know what 2019 will bring. But I'm not going to prognosticate on next year when we have so much more going on this year. So, this week I want to start off. It's going to be a sort of scattershot approach. In keeping with the season, everybody going here and there, seemingly not accomplishing much. What I want to talk about was the garbage collection method, because I've become accustomed to a fairly regular and efficient garbage collection service, for which all of us pay for electricity. You may have forgotten we also pay for garbage. If you look on the left-hand side of the bill, you can see a little charge, $10 or $5, depending on your consumption. But that is collected by GRENADA. It is billed by GRENADA. Let me say I'm not so sure it is collected. It is billed. And I have become accustomed to having on every Monday and Thursday morning, somewhere between perhaps 6 a.m. and 7 a.m., that the garbage that I put out safely, properly wrapped, secure from animal and human interference, is collected. But this week on Monday, the garbage stayed on the side of the road until 7 p.m. And this morning is 9:34. I saw the truck go down the road about 45 minutes ago. It didn't stop. So I don't know how long it's going to be. But the point is that the reason we have become accustomed to a collection service before the sun gets hot, it is precisely so that it doesn't attract rodents and dogs and whatever else. And also, particularly at this time of year, we have tour operators up and down, and Grenada has a good reputation for being relatively clean. If we have piles of uncollected garbage, what are we saying about pure Grenada? Now, on the question of garbage, now parliamentary privileges are wonderful things, so that we have become accustomed to various pronouncements being made. And because of parliamentary privilege, we have become perhaps accustomed to not being told the entire truth. And even when the truth may or may not be told, we are extremely skeptical. So, for example, when I saw coverage of an announcement, I think it was under the guise of a heads up, more or less, from the Minister of Public Utilities, where the application was contemporaneous. Only one has been responded to. That is for bandwidth. I'm talking about the next generation, 5G, LTE, and all of that. So if we look at the history of these announcements which are made, and we ought to delve deeply into it, because as we have to give the heads up coming from Parliament, that this matter will be the subject of legal argument. But I recall over the years confusion between giant construction and CCC, confusion between AT&T, global network providers, Flow, when it was to cable and wireless, when the digital flows came in, and deregulation was supposed to be wonderful for us, and we would have the right choice of providers. You see what happened when we got the first competition, cable and wireless. So all the regulation is slow, or whatever it was. The point is that overhead left out one of the very expensive. When a certain agreement may have been reached, and certainly it was perceived to have been reached on one side, with an oil exploration company headed by one Mr. Rachel, and then subsequently that was abrogated, and another agreement made with something called global Brazilian law, and the details seem to be kept very close to the chest of certain individuals. I don't know if that has to do with Grenada's benefit. Apparently not only in that country, but that is what benefit is. Now then I suppose we could go on to agreements made, let us say, which the timing might give rise
Yeah.
Now we get into what is really going on. I don't know, but I'm not going to spend too much time in this joy and goodwill, trying to figure out what the minister really meant and what else was to do, because certainly he's telling us that he's able to use parliamentary privilege to keep quiet about it. No. So let us move on to advance. I don't know why everybody here is excited. In Scotiabank wants to sell their banking operations after 60 years. Is it money, as we are familiar with the phrase? Remember that during the period of time they operated here, they paid company tax on their operations. And if they wish to repatriate any of the profits after tax, then they had to pay withholding tax, and they were subject to regulation. And in order to operate in the OECS, then the ECCU, every single financial institution, as far as I understand in the country, has to deposit 20% of their because of the changing financial environment, indigenous banks need to get together. They need to be stronger. There would have to be a consolidation. Well, I'm now going to write the book around to see this prediction in one way coming to fruition. Because what is happening now is that a regional financial institution has indeed decided to buy out a foreign bank, a Canadian. So we don't know what the implications will be. What we do know is that we have modern banking legislation and that our regulators have already issued a statement saying, in effect, calm down. There are procedures to be followed, and as long as there is nothing in the Banking Act which makes the purchase of one financial institution by another illegal, then you have nothing to worry about. Now, on the question of foreign exchange, our central bank governor made it clear in his speech that our central bank is one of the best reserves. In other words, our ratio of foreign reserve is extremely high. It used to be over 100%. But because of defaults caused by St. Kitts and then by Grenada, the central bank has had some hits. But they are still, I think, somewhere 90+% reserve. So we don't have to worry about the central bank. What we have to worry about are those irresponsible governments who issue bonds on the regional government securities market. And when they feel like they default, and we've seen it in St. Kitts and we've seen it in Grenada. So when either of these jurisdictions or any other jurisdiction raises the issue of unfair practices by the OECD countries, and in order to comply with the requirements that they have to repeal the International Banking Act and repeal the International Insurance Act and repeal the International Business Companies. Really? They weren't looking at what Myanmar did way back in May or June when she reduced the rate of company tax in Barbados to the same as the international companies. So in one fell swoop, she upset the apple cart. For all of these jurisdictions that have been offering people sweetheart deals, 100% concessions for 99 years, offering them no or low company tax rates. So Barbados upset the apple cart. I beg your pardon, that's what it's about. So now the others who depended on these inflows of suspicious funds that we were never able to do due diligence on adequately. So apparently, our people find that unfair, which is what they're going from. They think it is unfair. No, it is not unfair. What you do is organize your economy, increase productivity, and get people away from this dependency syndrome where things that are going for citizenship, that they will bring in $400 million, most of which ends up in a transformation fund, presumably. And we don't know what the transformation fund is being used for. When arguably it should be used for foreign pensions, pension liability. We have seen, and we are very pleased, that as a result of changes in the tax system, which frankly creates an uneven burden on those of us who pay tax as opposed to those who have concessions. You know, I always like to
You're done. Huh? AB, listen. I didn't want to interrupt you there, but I was hearing what you're saying. But some of our friends out there on Facebook were having some difficulty with your audio this morning. However, yeah, I see here. Oh, there they go. They're still complaining about your audio. So I'm not going to prolong this particular conversation because we obviously have an issue with the audio. But I see Ryan here, who's in Florida. He says, "Good idea, AB. Consolidation of indigenous banks to become stronger." You agree, right?
Yeah, but it's not
Okay. All right. So thanks a lot, AB. I'm sorry about that, but you have a great weekend. And let me see. I'm going to be seeing you on. We're going to be seeing you on Christmas Eve, aren't we? Monday. No. Wait a minute. This is your last swing at it. I'm trying to decide whether I should take Christmas Day and Boxing Day off. Wait a minute. I'm totally confused now. So next Thursday we'll see you, the day after Boxing Day. Okay. Have a good weekend, my friend. Right. Okay. There goes Allan. And again, folks, we do apologize. Well, I'll tell you, I guess you just can't have both. This morning we were but I should say we are blessed in that we have had a pretty uninterrupted stream this morning so far on the internet. And unfortunately, we did have some trouble there with Allan's audio. But right now, we're going to move into our next segment, which is our good friend out there in the Big Apple, gentleman by the name of Anthony Wendell DeRiggs. Christmas.
Christmas, the season of joy and goodwill, love and togetherness. But then the Christmas season passes, and one sometimes wonder where that spirit disappeared. The Merry Men of Barbados once sang a song in which they express the wish that the season of love and giving and forgiveness and brother and sisterhood would last throughout the year. And I'm pretty sure that we too will have that same wish. One must, however, be happy for what we see at Christmas time. We see people wishing each other, even enemies, a Merry Christmas, and the popular words, a Happy New Year. And some knocking glasses while under the influence of another spirit that prevails in the season, one that flows freely from glasses and bottles. So we, like the merrymen, wish that the goodwill, the pleasant feelings persist to linger after the holiday season is over. This brings me to an account documented in Mr. Herman Hall's book, Belvedere Estate, Ferran's House. And on page 17, the account tells us about the Christmas season in the 1950s in Belvedere. Now, just a few weeks, I'm reading now, and I did get the permission from Mr. Hall to read the article here. Just a few weeks before we celebrated the Christmas and New Year's holidays, Belvedere was peaceful and joyous. Everybody in Closure and Belvedere acted as one big, happy, and united family. On Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, everyone wished compliments of the season to one another. At 4 in the morning on Christmas Eve, cattle, pigs, and goats were butchered near the stable of the great house. By sunrise, laborers happily purchased meat for the holiday week, and each worker was given an extra pound of meat and some rum as their Christmas gift from the estate. At mid-morning, the boar, ram goat, and bull's testicles were roasted and given to the little boys, including me, to eat, hoping it would make our equivalent parts large and strong as we grow into manhood. Well, they apparently did not give me enough. People went from house to house in Belvedere and Closure, serenading by singing carols. The adults drank rum. Children drank sorrel, ginger beer, and wine. Each night, everyone looked at the sky over Fedon's camp and proclaimed they saw the star that the wise men followed in search of the baby Jesus. After Christmas, laborers from Birch Grove, James Campbell, and other villages who did not spend Christmas Day and Boxing Day in Belvedere told each other about how they spent their 2-day holiday. They came to our house to have a little rum, wine, and cake that Papa and Mama served for them, and to wish each other the best for the new year. Now, less than 2 months later, divisiveness and uncertainty prevailed in Belvedere. Management is afraid of laborers. Laborers are divided into who supports the strike and who is against it. Garyites versus non-Garyites. Miss Seraphine, our neighbor who loves lifting me up and kiss me and frequently brings me a little crayfish, is aloof. It appears that she and Mr. Ananias are no longer friendly, and Papa whispers to Mama, Seraphine and Ananias leave early and come back late because they go to help Gary. It seems to me that this man Gary is responsible for the gloom that has descended onto Belvedere. Now one day, a watchman arrested Miss Netta, an old lady who lived in open yard, for taking a small bunch of half-ripe logo, a banana-like fruit, while fishing in the river. Birds and manaku, opossum, were already eating the blogo. Only a few grains of blogo remained. I am hungry. I have nothing in the house to eat. I wanted the blogo to eat with the crayfish, Miss Netta tearfully explains to Mama as the watchman forces her to the great house. Everybody thought Miss Netta, a thin, black, wild sort of woman, was mad. She was always talking to herself, running after her straw hat when it flew off her head, and chopping the hat with a cutlass to punish it. She frequently came to our house to complain to Mama. Mama was her friend, about ghosts and white men in military uniform who appeared in her barrack. In spite of the pleas to Mr. Monroe, he instructs the St. Lucian policeman to take her to Guelph police station. The authorities have no mercy on Miss Netta. She is a Garyite, a striker, a trespasser, and a thief. A magistrate sentenced her to serve 9 months in jail. And after she was released from prison, she returned to live and work on the estate. Mr. Monroe and the watchman were remorseful about what they did to her. In fact, it is said that they cried. They cried the spirit of Christmas. Why can it last throughout the year? The woman was hungry and she took a blogger, but they sent her to jail. And this, friends, is a true story as documented in Mr. Herman Hall's book, Belvedere Estate, Fedon's House. We, like the merrymen, wish that the spirit of Christmas last throughout the year. Anthony Wendell DeRiggs. Blessings and the traditional Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to all.
Thank you very much, Anthony. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Don't know what happened there. We're having audio problems this morning, but I hope you were able to get most of that story. You know, I'm also very happy that Anthony only showed the video, his home video only showed the Christmas decoration. I'm really, really glad that he did not show the anatomy of that goat that he was talking about. Be thankful for small mercies, George. Folks, want you to join us tonight. Tonight is Thursday night, and we're going to have a weekly edition of We Chat with the usual suspects. Beverly is all the way up in Jamaica. She's going to be spending the holidays up there, but thanks to Zoom, she'll be joining us. And Margaret's also going to be joining us, I'm sure, and so will Catherine, and hopefully Jerry as well. So that's it. It's going to pull the curtain down on today's edition of Gudday Grenada. I'm also very thankful. You know me, I like to give praise where praise is due. And this morning, I'm sure you've noticed the video stream on Facebook went perfectly, just absolutely beautifully this morning. And let's hope start of something new. We're going to continue. Margaret says here for sure. And by the way, there are a couple of notes here from Ryan. Ryan was talking to Anthony. He says, agreed, Anthony, the civility of Christmas needs to be throughout the year. Those were the perks of the estate system pre-fragmentation. Never enjoyed the mannish waters, too fresh. No pun intended. Ryan, I ain't putting that near my mouth. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, Margaret says she's going to be with us tonight. So, yeah, we'll see you guys at 8 o'clock this evening right here on Facebook. And, of course, it's going to be up on YouTube later on this evening. Thank you so much, my dear friends, for joining me. Just keep praying for me. Give me the strength to continue with these challenges. Like Anthony said to me yesterday on Facebook, said, you know, things are going to work out. And I'm thankful for that. God bless you.